Sometimes fear can paralyze us, and sometimes it gives us opportunities we've never noticed before. The best thing we can do is to take action. A few years ago, when we were all locked down, masked up, and feeling isolated, I was missing school, learning, and, of course, the library. Growing up, I was always eager about going to school. Waking up early to ride the bus with my friends and learning new things every single day shaped who I was and who I wanted to be. I looked forward to checking out new books weekly about adventures, monsters, and characters that I connected with in the stories that I read. But when schools closed down, my days were suddenly boring, and I was alone. My friends were just a few houses away, yet, like looking through the bars of my prison cell, I could only wish to be with them. But I realized if my life was to be saved, I was the one to do it, and I could save other kids in the process. I decided to not sit around and do nothing. Kids like me in my community were experiencing grief and boredom sitting at home. I figured kids were missing books just as much as I was. So during the early days of the pandemic, I started a book drive located at my school. With approval, the school let me place a box out front, and people in the community would come place used books in the boxes. Once they were full, I'd distribute the books to organizations where kids could get them. It was a joy to be able to bring books to kids whom I knew were missing them as much as I was. For almost an entire year, I was transitioning to a new normal. I thought online school would bring back some of my former routines, but I struggled to find ways to have freedom and friendships through a computer screen. I lived in a constant reminder that I was shut up in my home. I also missed activities, so I figured other kids missed activities too. I had another idea. I created craft kits for kids. I called it a porch pickup drive. I posted it on social media and through networks of friends and parents announcing my plan for a solution. I put together clean and sanitized do it yourself kits. Kids from my community would pick them up off my porch, take them home, complete the suggested activity, bring the completed item back to my porch, and then I donate the finished artwork to various organizations serving families and kids. Some of the projects the kids completed were writing encouraging notes in books and making blankets. At least 200 porch pickups were completed in 4 months. It was the perfect solution for me to become engaged again, and the community became actively engaged in service to each other. We were giving while curing countless cases of boredom. We can all do so much more than we think we can. I was only 11 years old and started a kid-run nonprofit initiative during the same time frame. No matter what age we are, we can create an impact on our community. When we take positive action, we create a more positive mindset, and positive thinking leads to more positive action. And soon, we are on a merry-go-round of positivity for the entire planet. So, what are we waiting for? What can we do today to re engage ourselves and serve others at the same time? Alligators notoriously wait in water with their mouth open, waiting for lunch to be delivered. But we can't do that. There is no free lunch, and so we cannot wait. Let's take action. What impact can you make on someone else today? There's no such thing as a big or a small action. After all, it's the thought that counts. But notice, when you take a positive action, you spark a positive mindset. And positivity shows up in the form of happiness, fulfillment, or love. No matter what our situation is, we can either allow ourselves to be locked down, masked up, and feel isolated, or we can choose to free ourselves from fear, ignite our talents and passions, and engage with community and service.